Hey guys, I just want to say I'm sorry if you're taking a nap and you were woken up by that loud train horn. I'm sorry if it woke you up just a minute ago, or if it was like, 4 a.m. one day or 3 a.m. one night and you just heard a train horn in the middle of the night and it woke you up. I'm sorry. It was because I walked by the corner of a building or something. So I apologize. Just because I exist, there's train horns going off. So my bad. I apologize. Just because I exist and just because I walk by corners of buildings, train horns just go off. And I have no control over it. I don't want them to go off. They just do though. So I'm sorry, I guess. If you just ever heard a siren or a train horn in the middle of the night and it woke you up out of your sleep, and it woke you up out and you're having a good dream and it woke you up and you're like, oh man, those damn sirens. I apologize. That was me. There was no actual emergency. It was just, I just walked across the room one time and a siren started to go off. So I'm sorry if a loud motorcycle woke you up in the middle of the night. It was just because I just bagged up some laundry in a bag and tied up the bag at 3 a.m. That's a true story. And I was just walking around outside just now, and there was this train horn that just kept going off when I was walking by corners of buildings. And it wasn't just a train horn going off randomly this time, it was a train rolling through town. But every time the train horn was going off, it was at a synced moment. Just coincidentally, every time it was at a synced moment. So I'm sorry if you're ever woken up by loud noises, or if you're ever just in a traffic jam, there's just a bunch of white cars everywhere, and just there's just a bunch of cars just coming out of nowhere, just clogging up the traffic. I'm sorry if that happened to you. It's because I was on the same street and they just had to come and clog up the traffic right as I walk through it or drive through it. So I'm sorry if you ever got in a traffic jam and you're late for work because there's just a bunch of white cars everywhere. It's just because I exist. There's just a bunch of white cars everywhere wherever I go, so it just is. I don't know why. They won't tell me why. I don't know. And they won't admit that they're doing it either. So I don't know why or what's going on or what's happening or why there's white cars everywhere. But all I know is there is. Every day. I don't know if I'm in a video game and there's just white cars generating around me with repeating license plate numbers and people are just spawning. There's just white cars spawning around the corner of the building, just or whatever. I don't know. if I'm in a video game, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I think I'm in a video game, but not like that. It's like a LARPing video game where everybody's just playing a video game, but the game is your life. They're just playing with your life like it's a video game. And they're just walking around playing a character and playing your life like a video game and LARPing all day. I think it's like that type of video game. But I don't know. Nobody will tell me anything. Yesterday at work, I was delivery driving, and I come up to this intersection, and there's like this row of Corvettes next to me. There's like 5 or 6 of them just in a row, and like the one at the front of the line was a white car, and he drives through the intersection, and the one behind him is a 55, and it's like right next to me at the front of the traffic, you know? There's just this line of Corvettes, and they just had to be gang stalkers because it was a white car at the front and a 55 behind him. So that was interesting. They just do interesting things sometimes. Just have a bunch of Corvettes in a row. And then they'll have like they always do blue and red, you know, and they'll have a red truck with a blue car on the trailer, or a blue truck with a red car on the trailer. Or a lot of times I'll see them pulling a white SUV on a trailer, or it'll be a white truck pulling a white SUV on a trailer. I see that a lot. I just see it a lot. It's synced up. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm just a magnet for white cars and 77 license plates. Maybe I'm just a magical magnet. Just my aura just attracts white cars and 77 license plates somehow. I don't know. I don't know why people always gotta come stand by me and walk by me simultaneously and cough by me and stuff. I don't know why they gotta do it. They just gotta do it. Don't ask me. I got no idea. I mean, I got some ideas, but I'm pretty sure I know what's going on. Just kind of. And then, like I keep saying, they just always have bugs flying at me synced up. Just all day, there's bugs flying at me synced up, and every day at work, there's a fly in my car that won't fly out the window, and it'll just land on me right when I pull up to an intersection. And things like that. Right when I get in the car or whatever, right at a synced up moment, it'll come and land on me or fly on my face or whatever. And it's just, I'll roll my window down, I'll be like, get the fuck out of here, and it won't leave. And then they'll have all these weird bugs that like, these weird looking bugs that like, I don't even know what they are. And then they'll have like moths and butterflies, just everything. And they have crickets syncing up, I think, like making cricket sounds at night. Like the birds sync up chirping and dogs sync up barking. They do all the time. They just do. Like I've talked about it before, I'll walk up to an intersection late at night and I'll hear a dog barking right at that exact moment, and he won't be anywhere near me at all. He's way down the street. Like he can't see me. He's somewhere way down the street where he can't see me. But he starts barking right when I walk up to the intersection. And that just happens all the time. Things like that happen all the time. Birds start chirping or dogs start barking. And it sounds insane. Because it is. Really insane. It's really insane. So, yeah. If you hear cars honking, or if you hear sirens or whatever, I apologize. That was my bad. I just exist in this world. So I just got on here to say that. I don't know why every time I roll over in bed there's a sound going off outside or a loud truck driving by. I don't know why every time I roll over in bed in the morning there's just a loud sound, usually a really loud sound outside. Sometimes it's not a loud sound, sometimes it's a more subtle sound or whatever. You know, but like this morning they're just dumping the garbage truck right outside my window, and it's just like just extremely loud. Like why are you dropping the dumpster like that? I don't think that's how you're supposed to do it. Is it? I don't know. I'm not a garbage man. But it just sounded really obnoxiously loud, like they were just doing it on purpose. And it was just right at the moment that I move in bed, right after I wake up. Right at that exact moment. And they're just always doing things right at that exact moment. When I wake up in the morning. Or like when I wake up in the middle of the night. It'll just be a siren going off. And there's a fire truck siren going off earlier today. And they drove by my apartment and honked their horn, synchronized. After the siren started up, synchronized. And they just drove a fire truck with a loud siren and then honked a loud horn because I moved inside of my apartment. They just drove a loud siren down the street by everybody else's houses, by everybody that's around here, and then drove off down the street and continued driving with their sirens down the street, like off in the distance, and just driving by a bunch of people with their sirens and then setting off their horn right as they drive by me, but then not setting off the horn after that. I don't know how long the siren went off after that, but usually they just drive off into the distance and keep it on for a long time. But they just drive by everybody with their loud ass sirens and horns.